Yeah, we are live. We are live, but we've been alive for a while. What's up? Welcome, people, to He Said, She Said. I am one of your hosts. I am the other half. I'm the, you know, our host is the beautiful Alicia of Viva Color. If you have not hooked up with her, please go hook up with her. Um, I mean her channel, people, her channel. Because I know y'all thinking. I know some of y'all
Oh,
out there
not doing that.
thinking all kind of stuff. So the format of this is very, very straightforward. We choose a topic that we think will be one of interest to yourselves and ourselves. And then at the end of the process, we decide who wins. And I have won only once since we have started this process, which is a bit insulting. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get more brothers into the stream, more the kings in the stream, because we get a lot of queens in the stream. And you know, uh, someone said to me earlier today regarding the topic. Oh, the answer is no. Like, that's it. No, it's a no. It's a no. And of course, it was a woman. And one of my brothers said, it depends. So the topic today is okay. Forgive me. I've been hogging. Queen, go
Hey
ahead.
guys, thanks for stopping by tonight, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. What's the topic? What's the topic we're doing?
So the topic is it okay to date a married man or a married woman?
Okay. Okay. All right. Bless up 10-star general. Well, go on. Big up yourself. Will big up yourself. And Jean Grant, welcome. Thank you for
That's
being
my
here.
sister.
Oh, hey. What's up, sis? I know, sis, you're gonna agree with me on this one. All right. So, because I'm a gracious king, Alicia, I mean, go ahead, you have the floor.
Okay, so I do not think it's appropriate to date a married man because I have a lot of reasons why I don't think it's good
Okay.
and smart to date a married man. First, he's married. I mean, why would you want to share someone? He's not going to be available to you all the time. He's going to be sneaking around. And if you're a single woman, what do you need a married man for? It's just like you're single. Go find a man that's single. You don't need to be tied down by this man that's married and then he goes home to his wife. He can't give you what you should have as a woman.
Okay, all right, all right. Hey, sis. Thank you for the super chat, Burns Jump Closet. Thank you so very much. You're too good to me. So I love you so much. Okay, listen.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Bert.
jump in. Can I jump in?
Yes,
All
yes.
right. I understand from the moral perspective why we all lie to ourselves and say it's wrong to date a married person. But I had a conversation. I was trying to get this young lady to come here, but she's in Canada and she's doing something in Canada. And this is what she said. She said she's a single woman, and she said she's dated three married men, and they were the best experiences of her life because she got none of the drama, none of the stress. She only got the good parts, and then he would take home the stress to his wife or his significant other, right? And I know that we all keep saying, it's wrong, it's wrong. But look, clearly a lot of people are cheating with married people. Clearly. I mean, I'm innocent people, I don't know. I mean, done it twice, but I didn't know I was actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, one time I knew I was doing it, the other time I did know. But the first time I was doing it, meaning I was with a married woman that first time, was very, I was young and someone I was infatuated with, and just getting the opportunity to back that thing up. You know what I'm saying? I sorry, I couldn't turn it down. I mean, I was just young and innocent. But the truth is, in that experience, there was no stress. I didn't have to lie to her and say, I love you. We kind of knew what the rules were. I didn't have to pay her bills. I didn't have to do anything. I just turned up, turned it on, did my work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we were like good friends. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like, that term you taught me, friends with benefit, Alicia. So I understand what you're saying from a moral perspective, but
Mhm.
I do see a few advantages to doing it.
So in that situation, I hear what you're saying, but that meant you didn't want a commitment. So it was easy for you to date that married woman because you knew what you wanted. You just wanted sex.
Oh, no, 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 no. Listen, you're doing that thing where you're shading me without. It wasn't just about intimacy. I'm just saying I didn't have to deal with. I mean, I was young, and I didn't have to deal with all the other issues, that you would normally have to deal with because she said to me, I mean, okay, this person had taught me in high school, and I had graduated. Was at university. We met again, and the person was going through a very rough time with their significant other, their husband. And she said, we didn't discuss it. We were hanging out one day, and then a hug became a squeeze, and a squeeze became, a little chups, and a little chups became a kiss. And then we talked about it as adults, and I said, if you need a shoulder to cry on, you know, I'm your boy. I'm here. I'm here, right? So it didn't start out as anything salacious, or just me just being. And I know you're all gonna say a man, right? I was just being a human being. I was just being a shoulder, for this person who I cared about. And one thing led into another.
But Peter,
Yeah.
where did you think that relationship was gonna go beyond? She's married. So how far did you think you were gonna go with that situation?
Well, I was invested emotionally, but I also knew honestly that it could go nowhere because she made it clear that she wanted to work things. I mean, I think, okay, what happened is her husband apparently cheated on her continuously, like
Mhm.
continuously, and she just got sick of it, right? And I was just there, and I don't think she planned it, and I didn't plan it, but we ended up in a situation, right? But then when I thought about it, I mean, I was like 18, and she was about 30. And I thought about it and I was like, yo, this is not that bad. I mean, there's no stress involved here. It's all about it. In other words, that was a very honest situation. I knew what I was in. She knew what she was in. We did this for maybe, I don't know, I mean, I think maybe about 7 months, and at the end of the 7 months, she and her husband fixed whatever they needed to fix, and we had a conversation, and we moved on. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm saying, it's really easy for us to just dismiss people and say, it's wrong, but it depends, I think, on what you're looking for in the situation. And I think if there's honesty in the situation, then it's all good. Hold on, Andreen says she's silly saying that 3 married men she dated were the best relationships. What about having someone of your own, whenever you want them? That's a very good point. But I mean, the impression I got is that she, I mean, I neglected to say that she was also married.
Wow,
That she was also married. So,
that's just messy.
and is still married. She's still
Wow,
married. You
that's
know,
messy.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I just listen. I understand the moral aspect of what is being said here. Like it's almost as we're saying, human beings should never ever do this. But what I'm saying is, I think every situation it depends on where persons are at. For me, it's about the honesty. If I am married and I meet you, Alicia, and I start trying to date you, and I never ever say to you, "Hey, I am married," with children, happily married. I never understood that. Like, how can you be happily married and you're cheating? But anyway, but
Mhm.
I'm married, right? I think that's what makes a difference. Hey, Nadira X, what's going on? Greetings.
Nadira.
I'm just saying, it's easy for us to dismiss things, but I believe that there are situations where human beings end up in these situations. It's unplanned. I mean, I talk freely on this platform. This happened to me twice in my life. Once I knew, the other time I was dating someone who spoke mostly French, and I speak mostly English. So I don't know how we got through the first 6 months, and I was happy. I thought this was heading into something, and I was she asked me for a home number at the time, and at the time I moved back to stay with my dad because he wasn't feeling well. So I gave my dad's number. And after 6 months of this amazing situation, the phone rang and a young man came on the phone and said, "Hello, I'm asking, is so and so, this is her husband?" And I was,
Wow.
what? No, that freaked me out. I mean, we were inseparable, but she was from another country in the Caribbean, a French country, right? And we were inseparable. We were together everywhere. I mean, I was thinking wedding bells. That did upset me. But then she tried to explain that she said it to me, but her English is really bad, and my French is non-existent. All I knew was bonjour, mon ami. I didn't know anything else, right?
Have someone translate for you.
No, I mean, we were, a lot of it was very, oh, Nadira, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sweetie pie. Thanks, Nadira. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You and Vern jumped out it just swelling up my head today. So, it's one of those things. She was walking through Halfway Tree in Kingston, and I just saw her. I mean, I wasn't dating anyone. I was like, my God. And I remember I followed her to her workplace. She must have thought I was a stalker. I literally walked into her workplace and said, "Look, I just saw the most beautiful woman." And all the men in the office were like, "You are talking about," you know what I'm saying? They knew. And a brother, I stepped to her, I stepped to her. I was like, yo, go on, well, and she said, "Oh, I don't speak any English." And I was like, "We don't need to speak. We just need to, we didn't, we didn't need to speak." But I'm saying, when I found out, it kind of it touched me. It kind of touched me. But in the other instance, we walked into the situation and we knew what we were doing. So I think sometimes those relationships are more honest than me talking to you and talking to Verns and talking to Nadira. You know what I'm saying? If it's upfront and I'm like, okay, I'm married, or you say I'm married, and we're adults about it, it's not morally correct. But I believe less people get hurt. And you said, what are your expectations?
Right. What are the expectations?
Expectations, just great, You know what? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
I understand from the moral point of view, but for example, okay, it's a woman is single, right? Say a 40-year-old woman is single.
Yeah.
She meets a guy, she knows that he's married. She goes ahead in the situation with him. I won't say it's a relationship, I'll say it's a situation. So she goes into
situationship. Okay.
A situationship.
Yeah.
Then this lady ends up being pregnant from this married man.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That happens very often here in Jamaica, and everybody seems to work it out. You know what I'm saying?
But it's unfortunate.
That's not true. That is not true, people.
It's unfortunate because then the child is left. The father is very absent in that child's life, and I've seen it over and over again with a lot of women that have babies with married men. That child suffers because of that.
But then the question there is, why would she knowingly have a child or have unprotected with a man who she knows is married? I mean, is she trying to, Jamaicans would say, is she trying to tie the man? Is she trying to tie him? Is she trying to get him to leave his wife?
See, women do a lot of creative things, and then because they get caught up emotionally. So why put yourself in that situation with a guy who is taken to get caught up?
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think if you are honest with each other, and I neglected to say if you're honest with yourself in a situation, like I said, the young lady I was talking to about 3 hours ago, she says she's been with three other men since she's been married. You know, and her husband doesn't know, and she's it's good because what she was saying is her husband is a great guy, he's wonderful, but he lacks delivery. He can't. You know that song, worky, 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 worky. You know, so he can't do the work.
Problem. She has a big problem then.
Well, I mean, she says he's perfect in every other way, but he just can't do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Why stay married to him?
Because she says she loves him. She said she loves him. He's a great provider. He's a wonderful husband. But there's a worky problem. So what she does is she actually said, I get other men to help him out in that department. And I said, that's not even funny though. But that's literally what she said. And I kind of got it. I kind of understood.
So she's gonna cheat for the remainder of her marriage.
I mean, we didn't talk long enough because that's how I was trying to get her to, but she said there's no way. There's no way she's going to come and talk.
Right, yeah, because it's confidential.
But I kind of think, okay, let's be honest, right? Most people, when they walk into situation in relationships, they're not thinking with this head. They're thinking with other parts of their bodies. Most people, all right? Not everyone is as together as Queen Alicia because you got your thing together, right? I mean, Sis Verns has it together. 10-star general. Defend. We need some help. We need some help.
And he's right. Relationships
he said,
really worth it.
But him said relationships not really worth it nowadays.
He's right.
All right, boss. What do you mean? When you said that, what do you mean? You mean relationships in general or a relationship with a married person? Because you see, I think it depends on where both persons are at. I think why women see men as a villain in these situations. It's just straight up sexism, because like I've said before on other occasions that women think men don't have feelings. And we do innocently fall into those situations. Yes, my brethren, Captain Barker situation. All right, people, I don't know if you know who Captain Barker is. A brethren, great artist who was in a situation. But they make a difference in a 10-star general. What happened is that he was seeing someone who had separated from her husband because he was a little crazy. And he flew from Jamaica to go and meet up with her. And they were just sitting in the car talking, and the husband came and murdered them both.
Whoa!
Right. So those. Because what I know is when a person is married to another person or they've been in a long-term relationship, if they find out the person is cheating, you can never predict what's going to happen in that situation because it's going to be very hurtful if you have invested all that time in a person. So I get that.
A lot of people take marriage seriously.
Yeah, I think a lot of people take relationships seriously. I just think if persons are going to walk into that situation, there must be absolute honesty on both parts. Like you have to be honest with yourself. Am I willing to deal with this situation? Can I handle this situation? I kind of think when men get involved with women who are married, 10-star general, I know what you think. I think we tend to be a little bit more honest about the situation that we have walked in. You remember what you said earlier? The girl got pregnant for a married man. That makes no sense. He's married. You know the situation he's in. Unless it's a situation where, when some men say, "Boy, me and my wife not getting along. We're going to separate."
I never believe them, ladies, when they say that. Never believe them.
Even me, have to say, don't believe them. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. What I used to think is, if I am married to you, and it would take another woman for me to leave you to go to her, then I can leave her for another woman.
Right. How you get him is how you lose him.
Yeah. I've never heard it that way, but that's beautiful. I should write a song like that. That's actually accurate. 10-star general said, "Trust me, not pretty," and that's not an isolated situation. He's talking about my virgin Captain Barker, what happened to him. Yeah, because I think when we think about these things, we don't think about the fact that I think in many instances, the husband or the wife tend to find out.
Hmm.
They often, I mean, especially if it's a woman of African descent, if you check the phone,
Right.
check her clothes, check certain things.
And Peter, eventually the truth comes out. It
Yeah,
has to come out.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Can't
That's true.
hide cheating around, hiding for too long. Somebody's gonna see you eventually and tell your husband or your wife.
Yeah, but that's another thing, though. That's another thing I don't understand, though. I mean, if I'm gonna get involved with a married woman, say, I mean, and I'm married, or I'm not married, but I know I'm going to be seeing this married woman. She better be living in France, and I'm in Jamaica. She can't be down the road or 3 houses away from me. I don't. When the
So
kids do that, I wonder.
so see, that's my reason. Like, so why go through all of that? You have to sneak around. Just be with somebody that is free.
Hmm. Hmm.
It makes no. It to me, it's just like you're living a lie being with a married person, because you can't openly hold his hand, because somebody, Johnny, might be like, wait a minute, that's Rebecca's husband,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
Hmm.
that's it. You're
But,
dead.
but hold on there. Don't you believe that there are persons who look just like how there are persons who like the public display of almost getting caught having sex in public. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that there are people who really enjoy being with a married person.
Oh yeah.
I know people who I know women who, if the man is free, she have no interest in it. I have a
Right.
brethren right now. He's married. Uh, Let me not say brethren, an acquaintance, and for him the thrill was he was living in let us say A1, and he dated A2, A3, A4, A5, everybody on the road. So I mean, there are people who are like that, and then Tensar say, okay, sneak like a ninja, sneak like a Pink Panther, because you do have people, I think, who get turned on by that. And let us be honest about something else.
Yeah.
Chemistry. There are times when you meet someone, when you are with someone, and you meet someone, and there's this, let us be honest, there's a thing called sexual chemistry, where two people, even if they've never met, they walk into the room and see each other, and there's this amazing sexual connection. And sometimes we're not strong enough to step away from it, right? um, and you end up, uh, Alex, what's up? What's going on? Bless up, Alex, bless up. And you step into that situation without thinking, and you end up there. So I don't believe most people walk into a situation in a relationship saying, I've met Alicia, she's beautiful. I think this is the woman of my dreams. I know most brothers, most men, we don't really think like that, unless we're at a stage in our life where we say, I'm 40, so I'm going to get married now, or 50, or 70, or 80, right? But I'm saying, I know why you're laughing.
That's like at 70, 80.
But if even the person, but what I am confused about is women. When we talk about people cheating, women visualize a married man cheating on his wife, but there are many wives who
Oh
cheat
yeah.
on their husbands.
Right.
And some of them it's exciting. Some of them it's like what happened to me when I was younger. I knew that was really revenge. It was revenge because she caught this gentleman, her husband. She caught him with a helper. She caught him with his. They used to call him secretaries at that time. They call him personal assistants now. She caught him with a teacher at their son's school.
Whoa.
I think she just said enough. And
So instead of divorce, she said, "Let me get revenge."
I think, yeah, but I don't think it was a conscious decision, but I think that's what prompted the behavior, because the person I know is a very moral person,
Yeah.
very moral, right? So I think if a brother or a sister steps in at that moment in time, you know. But what 10 Star General said is true. It can be a very dangerous situation for a person to get into, you know.
It can be very dangerous because I know some females who don't mess with their man. You know, they will if they find out that you know that they're with a guy, married to
Mhm.
a guy, and you mess with him, you're done. You're getting beat up.
That's crazy though. You're not dating her. She should be beating up the guy. I've never understood that.
I to me it's not that crazy because
It is crazy.
if you know that I am married to that person and
Right,
you push yourself on that person, you
right.
should get beat up.
Why? No, because let's hold on
You're
there.
being
I
trifling.
people in the chat, and we need. I need to hear your opinion on this. I hear what you're saying, but for me, I am not. If I'm married and I'm married to you, for instance, and I found out that you're sleeping with Bobby, I don't have no problem with Bobby. Bobby got an opportunity and he took it. My problem is with you. I'm not going to beat you up either. I'm going to be saying, yo, what's happening? Why? How did this happen? You know, I know I laid down thick. So what's going, you know, what's going on? Come
Well,
on, don't do that. You know, us Jamaican men.
version. Women sometimes it can get very heated. You know, you can feel disrespected by a female friend. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
but
well, Brian said not maybe not beat up, but it's gonna
yeah.
get honestly, it's gonna get bad.
What about sisters? What about sisters? Because I know of that situation.
That's just ridiculous.
But I know a situation where it happened for 9 years.
That's just grimy.
So
I
every
don't.
time the sister came, she lived in Florida. So every time she came down to Kingston, and she stayed in the house, she and the husband, you know, and her sister found out 9 years after, when she, in a fit of anger, told the sister. I mean, to me, my thing, I can understand that because that's your sister, or if it's your best friend, I can see you getting upset. But if you don't, if some girl, some random girl on the road, to me,
No, I'm not saying a random girl. I'm
yeah.
saying a friend, a girl that you know
Mhm.
messes with your husband because usually that's the situation nowadays. It's always somebody close to you that does the most damage. It's never a stranger.
Yeah, that,
We
well, I
all
get.
know that. It's your friends that hurt you the most because they know everything about you. You know, it's like for me, I know I would want to bop that girl. Like I'm just being honest right now.
No, I get that. I get that. But I tell my female friends, do not advertise. You know, what I mean, if you're with a, if
No,
you're, you know what I'm saying? If you're married to a man who can lay down the pipe properly, you don't need to tell nobody that because someone might want to find out if it's true. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, for me, I kind of see in that instance, I can see where you get upset. But for me, even if it's my brother, I'm going to be hurt. But I'm not in a relationship with my brother like that.
but
I mean,
but also Peter, you don't even have to tell someone how good your man is treating you. They can see. Women can see when a guy is good to another
yeah,
female, and then they
yeah.
have their eyes on him. Like you said before, some people just want other people's men. They don't like single men. They just want what you have. And I think that's one of the problems too with society, why a lot of people date married people.
Mhm, mhm. I get it. I get what you're saying. But my question becomes though, I mean, I once cheated on somebody I cared about a lot, and when that person found out, I realized that I was the dumbest human being on the planet because I couldn't visualize my life without this person I cheated on. And I stopped. You know, we when we got through it, I stopped because I realized this was the stupidest thing I'd ever done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you know, I think in some instances I was seduced. I was even molested by some of these women. They raped me. You know, oh wait, no, that's not fair. See, you're laughing, but it's true. It can happen. It can happen to us. We can be in situations where women manipulate us into situations. You know what I'm saying? But you see, that's the sexism. That's sexism there. You see, that's sexism. But I'm just saying, I can understand. I mean, 10 Star General said it. He said the natural jealousy aspect will kick in for sure. I get that, bro. I get it. But I'm just thinking, if both parties walk into a situation with their eyes wide open, because I think what happens in these situations is that someone lies to themselves. You know, if you meet Bobby and Bobby is married and happily married, because if he, especially if he says he's not happily married, he's probably really happily married. You know, or but I tell my female friends, I say, look, if the man is telling you he's going to leave his wife, don't even go there.
Right.
If he's going to leave his wife, he's just going to leave his wife. And you don't want him to leave his wife for you, because like I said, he will leave you for somebody else, right? But I just think very often we are not honest with ourselves if and when we fall in. Okay, have you ever been in anything like that? Where you're with someone without knowing that they're with someone else? Not necessarily married.
Like someone lie and say they're single and they're not?
Yeah, yeah.
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 But people lie.
And okay, so when you found out, I mean, okay, how did you find out?
Well, I like to investigate.
Oh man, I'm terrified of women.
Well, I would find out before getting deep with the person, because I go on Facebook, I go on social media to check them out. I really, I'm that type of person. I really investigate people. You know, I'll go on whitepages.com. I'm just being honest about how I am, because people lie when they first meet you. They're going to say, oh, I'm single. You know, and then when you do your investigation, you see a picture of them with another woman on social media, and you're like, wow, I thought you were single. So when I say this to women, they say, oh, I'm not doing all of that. But you know what? I like to do all of that, so I save my energy and save myself from being embarrassed, being abused mentally and stuff like that. For me, it's useful to investigate these people.
I don't think, I mean, I don't think men really think like that. I mean, there might be a few, but most men I know, we don't really think the process through to that far. You know what I mean? We kind of
do that, but women, we have to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I think as a woman, because like we talked about in another thread, men feel they have to lie so much because of how women react. You know, they say women, we can't handle the truth. So that's why men lie to get us. They'll say anything.
But no, listen, no, that's not really it. I think why some men lie is because in the past when they try to be honest, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if a man meets a woman, 10-star general is on the road, and I drive on the road and see a beautiful woman in a nice vehicle, right? And he says, pull over and say, hey, what's going on? They start talking. She gives him her number. We're not going to go through it's too much work, you know, this thing. But sometimes when women investigate, they get the wrong information, and it creates other kinds of problems. You don't think so?
Get the right information, Peter. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is go on Facebook. You get all the information there.
Yeah.
Don't
That's kind of true. That's kind of true now.
Just do your own quiet. A lot of people laugh when I say this, but it's not a bad thing. If you want to get into a serious relationship with somebody, you got to check them out, because people lie just to scam you or just to get in your pants or whatever. That's just, you know, the world that we live in right now. It's a lot of fishing.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Hey, Amazing Maisie, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. What's going on? Oh, I can see that. I mean, I can see that men and women generally approach relationships differently, but we all want the same thing. We want security, we want a great partner, but we approach it differently. I mean, I just kind of think like when we decided on, you and I decided on this topic, right? And I spoke to a few people. All the women said, yeah, I mean, you mean the title is cheat with a man. And I was like, yo, but women, married women don't cheat? I mean, you know, it's almost as if they were saying married women don't cheat. And I'm like, no.
Well, they cheat a lot.
You hear what you said?
Cheat a lot. I know some who cheat.
Yep. And I've been approached by several women who are married to people I know. And I'm like, what? Are you crazy? Under no circumstance. Look, if I don't even want my bona fide brethren, right? When I'm around their wives, I say, hey, what's up? I don't want to hug them. I don't want to hug them. I don't want to give them any. You get what I'm trying to say to you? Hold on, hold on. I think I'm just offended sometimes with the fact that we always, it's like just men cheat. I
The
mean,
assumptions.
I think a lot of married women cheat, as we did in another chat.
Mhm.
Y'all just don't get caught.
We cheat
You don't
more.
get caught. You know what I'm saying? We get caught. So, but I do believe that there are situations where people, you know, I'm not going to say it's okay to cheat because it's never really okay to cheat. But I can see situations where a person can meet someone who's married and there's so much connection, so much chemistry. And if the married person is going through stuff with their significant other, where they can make that mistake and they can fall into the hole, right? I mean, what I do, I've been doing now for the last 10, 15 years of my life is that if I ever feel something that feels slightly like chemistry, I turn and I run. I just run because I realize, you get what I'm saying. So, but if two
Go ahead, Peter.
but if let's say let's just say you and I are working together and you are married and you're going through a rough time and we just talk casually, but there's always like an undercurrent of an attraction, right? And we have to go on one of these. Well, this is pre-COVID. We have to go on one of these, company trips where we're going away for the weekend, and you're going through a particularly bad time, and I get drunk, and something happens. You get what I'm saying? I mean, these things can happen. I just think, what next? What do you do
That's
then?
a Lifetime movie.
No, no. Listen, people, I don't like Lifetime movies. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the man is always the villain. We're always the bad guy, right? No, listen, it's true, Alicia. Every Lifetime movie, the bad guy is it's a man who is it's never the woman. She's always innocent. She's always a victim. See, I think Lifetime. Listen, I want to be the executive body because it's true. Every I listen. I don't even watch that anymore.
But Peter, to rewind a little, but is it really a connection though? If you're going through stuff with your spouse and you see someone and they make you feel better, is it a true connection or is it just at the time you just needed someone to stroke your ego?
It can be either, because I do think sometimes, even if you're with the right person, you're going to find other people very attractive at points. Sometimes the chemistry is just going to be there. The point is, what do you do then? And I mean, yeah, I get it. It could just be that because the person is going through this, like what happened to me when I was a teen. Um, like I said, after 7 months, she sat me down and she said, myself and my husband were good, so we gotta shut this down. So this is the last time we're gonna do, right? And you know, yeah, that's it. Get me? And then she introduced me to her husband after that. Right.
Wow. Was that awkward?
Yeah, kind of ish. Yeah, it was a little weird because it turned out I knew him, and I didn't know I knew him. That was weird.
See that's just
That was really
that's
weird.
it's too much. It's too messy. It's too much secrets. Dating somebody married, you gotta sneak around. It can end
But
up
but
fatal.
yeah, but even in regular relationships, very often people have all these secrets. So what's the difference though?
I think the difference is you gotta file paperwork that might last for a long time if you go through a divorce.
People, this is why I can never win any of these discussions, because she just throws these, these things. All right, so I guess what you're saying is it is never justified.
Right. It's not justifiable.
in any way.
No.
So if it had happened to you and you didn't know, and let us say you're seeing someone and you've developed a strong connection, the dugu dugu is amazing.
And they're married?
Yeah, but you find out maybe a year and a half in that the person is married. Let's say you live in Jersey and the person lives on Long Island, right? You know,
I would know, Peter. You know how we would know? Because there's gonna be a point after a year where I'm gonna say to the person, "Why don't you spend the night with me?"
but
And
I know,
and the person is not gonna do it.
yeah.
Because
Trisha, what's up? So I'm sorry, Trisha, what's going on? Welcome. What I know? Why are your eyes wide open? Listen, I have known married men and women who spend weekend with their lovers, Christmas with their I don't know how them do it. I have no because all right, listen, here's the thing with me. I am a terrible liar. I came to that realization late in my life. I am not the lie type. In other words, if I'm with Simone and I meet you and I tell Simone I'm going to hang out with Bobby my brethren Bobby and his family for the weekend. I'm probably going to forget that I said Bobby, and when she called, I said Tom. I know me. I'm really, really bad at this. Sorry, I stopped. I just said this doesn't make any sense. But there are people, you know this, who are just pathological, and they're really, really good. So you say to the person, spend the weekend, and he says, you know what, let's go to Colorado, or let's go to Palm Springs, what do you do then? And remember, and listen, you're falling in love with the person. If you then find out they're married, what are you gonna do?
I just find it odd that somebody could be with somebody for a whole year and you can't figure out that they're married or have somebody else.
Why?
I don't know. That's what I mean. You're not investigating the person enough. You're too busy. Oh, I'm in love with them. I'm this, I'm that. That's just phony. Instead of trying to really get to know the person or the agenda. I'm sorry, like dating nowadays is not like before. People have these hidden agendas and you have to be really careful.
You make dating sound like warfare.
It is. It is in 2021. These people are crazy.
I guess because of the deception, because of all the deception. I mean, for me, we're going to have to talk about this at some point. The online dating thing, I've never quite gotten it. But I'm just saying that I do believe that their situation, it doesn't justify that you're seeing someone who's married. But if you're not even aware that you're seeing someone who's married, there've been many instances of men who have entire families. There's this like a family on the West Coast and a family on the East Coast, a complete family. And I remember, I'm trying to remember the very famous radio personality, no, television personality in the States, and it's at his funeral.
Mm-hmm.
At his funeral was when his original wife found out that he had an entire other family. However, the other family's mother knew. She knew he was married. If you get what I'm saying. But he was wealthy and popular.
See?
And she had children with him.
Yes,
and
you said something very important, Peter. You said something very important.
What?
They didn't want to know because he was wealthy. They didn't want to know anything about the person. All they saw was the money.
So you're saying if I get wealthy, it's okay?
No, what I'm saying is sometimes with a lot of women, when a guy is wealthy or has this or they could get that lifestyle, they overlook a lot of things. And they pretend like they don't know.
Never thought about that. Okay, I mean, I can see that. I can see that happening. I mean, if a woman is with Brad Pitt, for instance, let's use him as an example, or she's with Usain Bolt, and brother has a lot of paper, and he gives her the lifestyle that she wants. I guess what you're saying is the woman on the side would be fine with it. It would be like if I met J-Lo, and J-Lo said to me, and J-Lo said, "Hey, what's up? I'm married. But let's hang out. I would probably think about it for a few seconds before I said no.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, I never even thought about that. I never even thought about it from that perspective. But
Yeah.
that's kind of cool, though.
It's really crazy.
Wow. Okay, Trisha says the preferred, most agreed upon answer to your question is no, but it's also subjective for those who are in the Joe Grind side piece category or those who look to. Hi Doreen, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
Hi,
Um,
Doreen.
this is you guys are watching. He said, she said. The host, the beautiful Alicia, and myself, Peter Lloyd World. We switch this. So 1 week we do it on my YouTube channel, which is Peter Lloyd World. Next week we do it on Viva Color. I always say Viva Color. She doesn't understand why I say that. So next week next week Thursday at the same time we're going to be on her channel. Today we're discussing. What are we discussing?
Is it okay to date a married man or a married woman?
Yeah, that's what we're discussing, Doreen. So feel free to let us hear your thoughts. 10 stars said they saw the money. I mean, I never even thought about that aspect of it. I mean, I guess you are right. If Kim Kardashian approaches me, for instance, because I hear she's left Kanye West, and
Yeah.
she's like the brothers, she has good taste. Let's say she meets me, and she says, "Look, I will offer you everything you need and more, but I'm married to Bobby, do you mind being a side piece?" I mean, if I'm not involved or anything, I might just say, you know what, let's try it. Let's try it. Just let's see if I can handle it emotionally. And then when I get upset, she buys me like a Maserati or something. I think I could handle that.
And you're good.
I think I could deal with that. I think
She got money.
yeah. And she's beautiful. I mean, it's okay.
A win-win.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. It doesn't justify it.
Right.
Yeah. But then, how do you explain the people who are with men and women who have nothing?
I just don't understand why a single woman would want to mess with a married man. Like, get your life together. You don't need a married man. You are a single woman. You could find a single man. It's not going to go anywhere. He's not leaving his wife for you, and you're putting a lot at risk. A lot at risk there. I think women, we gotta value ourselves more. We gotta know our worth. Like, you don't need a married man. You can find a single man. There's a lot of men in the world. You don't need somebody else's man.
Well, okay, I get it.
Peter, me and my sister were talking earlier, and
right.
The problem is women don't want to be patient. You want to, I got to be in a relationship. I got to go get this. I got to date. Be patient until the right person for you comes along.
Mm-hmm. But listen, one of the things I because I did a little research on this, right? Because, I know you always research, and I want to make sure that a brother is, weaponized, what I'm saying, so I can win the discussion. But what I found is that a lot of married men who end up with married men who are in secondary relationships with women become very possessive of those women. Super possessive. In fact, they're more possessive of them than their own wives. And I was saying, this is crazy.
They're nuts. Controlling.
But it could just be because if they're cheating on their wife, they're probably reasoning that the girl that they're cheating with probably is cheating also. If you get what I'm saying. It could just be that. But
a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, I that was really remarkable to me. I was like, wait a minute, that's crazy.
So they want to control the side piece,
right,
and have their cake and eat it.
Yes.
And then if you have the girl, the side piece will be stupid enough to let this man control her life.
Yeah, but okay, listen, 10 stars says something interesting, and I was alluding to it earlier. He said, but some are addicted to the thrill of it, and I agree with that. Doreen says you should take your vows seriously. I agree with that also. But I mean, I think in a perfect world, people would be perfect, but people are
Yeah.
not perfect. We're not perfect, and I,
So people,
I know of married men who are married for 20, 30 years, and okay, I can share this now. Many, many moons ago, I was at the bachelor party for our brethren. At the bachelor party, we got strippers, right, to come and dance. And he slept with the three strippers. And that was not in our plan. He slept with the three strippers. And he got married. And his wife, so they got married that day, but the wife had to go away. So he took her to the airport and went back for the three strippers. And he cheated for the 20 years of their marriage until she said, I'm not going to take this anymore.
wow.
Right? So that I did not, but I actually found out I got that because it turned out as if that the girl was very well off. She had a lot of money,
Right.
right? But I'm just saying, we are jumping to say no, you should never do this from a moral perspective. But that's in a perfect world, Lisa. People are not perfect.
No, I understand that. So people are the problem then.
Yeah, but I mean, but you don't think some people end up in these situations innocently? I mean, they just kind of fall into the situation and they don't know how to extricate themselves from it.
What do you mean? Like somebody falls in a situation of dating a
Like,
married?
like I said, I meet you. I don't know you're married. We start hanging out. You don't tell me. Like what happened to me. I told you years ago, where 6 months into the relationship, her husband called, and I was like, "What?" I didn't know. Marcus, I don't think she was deceiving me because, like I said, she didn't speak any English really, and I didn't speak any French. So, hey. But don't you think that there are people who innocently get into these situations and then find it? Let's just say she gets pregnant. How does she take herself out of that situation? She's pregnant now for this married man.
See, I do think that people are innocently put in these situations, but like I said before, they're not doing their research enough. You know, people are just falling for anything that comes their way. People lie. When you first meet somebody, they're not being their true selves.
Yeah,
Like
that's
a man says, "Oh, I'm single. I've been single for a year." Yeah, that's bullshit. Go check him out. And then you find out you see his wife on Facebook. I'm telling you. And then you're like, "Whoa, this guy just told me that he's been single for a whole year."
Would
So
that work for us men too?
right. You got to do research with people. Don't just believe everything that somebody tells you in the dating world because you're going to be heartbroken in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trisha says they know how to find wifey. Me to push her own door so him can track her. Unless him going to be private investigator as well as lover.
See?
Yeah.
You just said be a private investigator. Be your own investigator with these men, ladies.
Yeah. But you know,
tell you
again, my esteemed opponent is being sexist because you just said you're assuming that men don't fall innocently into these situations with married women.
It's a little different with men because usually men don't like commitment. So if a man finds a married woman, he's gonna be happy with it.
I'm horrified. I am horrified that you would say that. That is truly sexism.
No,
right?
it's not sexist. It's the truth. A lot of men like being single. So if there's a woman that he likes and she's with him, she's married. Okay, whatever.
Listen, I think that's guns are too hard to get. They're too easy to get nowadays. That's a serious situation. I would not ever put myself in a situation like that because you have some crazy people out there.
You have crazy people out there.
Yeah, he's not gonna kill his wife. He's gonna come kill me. Yeah, I'm saying.
That's what I said, Peter. I don't know why people want to be with somebody that has someone.
But what I'm saying is, very often people are dating married people and they don't know that they're married. Or they tell them something. They tell them, you know, like I've had women say, "Oh, me and my husband, you know, we're separated. We just live in the same house because it's economically feasible."
See, but then
that don't make
right, but then you should know, like that sounds absurd.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know that people sometimes don't know things, but I find it hard to believe that you can be dating somebody for a year or more and you can't tell that there's somebody else in the picture. Besides them even being married, like you don't have any signs. People show signs all the time. You just got to pay attention. And I think the reason why a lot of times these signs are missing is because you're too busy infatuated with, oh, I love him. Oh, he does this, he does that, instead of the true person.
But it sounds like you're anti-love. Is it that
No,
you're anti?
I'm not anti-love. What I am is I'm anti-bullshit because it's not real love anymore. It's a lot of bullshit going on nowadays.
I mean, I guess I understand what you're saying, uh, but I just think okay. First of all, I think, and I'm not being sexist, ladies. Don't take it the wrong way. But in my experience in life dating women, I found the better liars were women, by far. They were just much better at it. And I found that I in my earlier life, there were a lot of women who were very willing to cheat on their partners or their husbands or whoever. And they were able to justify it. But somehow we always, it's like it's always us. We're the ones who do something wrong, or what I'm saying. Sometimes we're just, we're innocent. We're victims. Sometimes we ourselves we're victimized. We're victims. I just think it's not fair that when we have these kind of conversations, it's that we are the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just there are a lot of women who are cheating. I really believe this. I believe that there are a lot of married women who are cheating.
A lot.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all are just better at it than we are. You're just much more because you're saying about checking the person out. I have never checked out any woman I've ever dated. Like I've never done that.
Really do it, Peter. Women, we have to do it more.
Why do you have to do it more though? Is it just that men are more deceptive? Because I don't think so.
Yes.
Wow. You really believe that?
Yes, because they'll be in a full-blown relationship with someone and say they're single. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you think in this instance, more men who are married cheat than women?
Yes.
Based on what?
They just do. They can't be. They just can't be with one woman.
Well, I mean, I think maybe a very young man, but as we mature, and if you're with the right person, you start realizing it's just not worth the headache. It's just not worth. If you have the right person.
Mature. When do men mature? 70? 75?
10 star.
80?
10-star general. We need your help. We need your help. No, I think no. Listen, I mean, I think most of us. Same said no, Alisa. Lie that. Same says I lie. Listen, the truth is, I think I know that both male and married men and married women cheat. I'm going to keep saying it. I think women are just more. The very fact that you can think about checking the man out, like back in the day when I just met a girl, I was just happy to get her number. You know what I'm saying? And I would call her, we'd talk, and we'd build some kind of thing until we could go on a date. Maybe we'd go to the movies or we'd go to dinner or something. We just kind of hang out. And yeah, get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I never ever thought of I need to find out who she is, who she's seeing. What?
That was back then.
So you're saying at this point, if I were on, if I was ever available, I should double check every single person I come across?
Go on all their social media platform and check them out. See who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Save yourself a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, listen. Trisha says men can't breed. So since we have to take more precautions, we're better at it than men. That's a very valid point. That's a good point. I was just surprised that when I started every time we have these kind of conversations, all my female friends just say, yeah, man is a man. I'm like, no, not necessarily. I mean, there if there are 10 married men cheating, I believe there are 12 married women cheating. Y'all just don't get caught. Very rarely do you get caught. Unless your husband is some insane, crazy person who stalks, like literally stalks you. We just dumb. We just, we're gonna take the person at their own word. You know what I'm saying? I do believe though that okay, I have to concede that it's not really the best decision to date someone who's married. But I can see how it could happen.
Yeah,
I can see how it can happen. And I
see
can
how you can get caught up.
yeah, I can't yeah. I mean getting pregnant for the married man might be a little
So a
extreme.
lot of women do it. A lot of women get pregnant by these married men, and then they're shocked when the married men disappear.
But he has no choice. He has to disappear. If he, depending on you don't know the financials. Maybe his wife is making all the money. Saying maybe that nice car his wife bought it for him. You get what I'm trying to say to you. That's. But I think though when I can't know this, I'm a man, but I'm going to suspect that if a woman does that knowingly, she's trying to trap the man. She's
Yeah,
trying.
and that doesn't work anymore. Getting pregnant, that trying to trap the man with pregnancy, that doesn't work anymore.
Has it ever worked? I don't think it
It
ever
used to
worked.
work years ago, long time ago in the 90s, but
Listen,
ladies, that doesn't work.
my grandfather had 47 children. Okay? Okay, so I mean, he tried to take care of the 47 children. I'm sure he couldn't.
Love it.
He got 47 children with women all over the place.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, he just stuck with his wife. Even when he brought up some of these children, she just said, okay, that's cool.
Well, we'll say it worked a little better back then.
Then, yeah, 'cause we were more responsible. Is that what you're saying?
Men cared more about, they tightened up when they found out the woman was pregnant. Like, okay, let me stay home and be a good father.
Mhm.
But now it's like, whatever, you pregnant, okay.
But don't you think it could be the availability? Because I was saying to someone earlier, when I was like in my teens, I longed to see a girl in a short shorts. Jamaicans used to call it pum pum shorts,
Mm-hmm.
right? When I'm on Instagram, I see so many naked women now. It's just another naked woman.
Right.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And then I don't trust what I'm seeing because what I'm seeing may not really be what the person looks like. 'Cause
Right.
there's
That's
so
true.
much that you can do. So I guess I kind of get what you're saying. I kind of get what you're saying. I mean, having gone through that experience twice in my own life, I would not advise anyone to do it.
Trisha
'Cause
says she's not investigating.
who?
And Trisha says she's not investigating. I don't mean to investigate them to see if they're cheating. I mean, when you first meet someone, check them out. I think that's important. You don't just believe everything that someone tells you.
But listen, I want to read the second part. She said, "We're not investigating a soul. What good for the goose? Him cheat? You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand what she's saying, but I think the premise, though, we have to be honest. I think the very premise of marriage is a very difficult process, and I think it worked better back in the day because back in the day you lived in a village, right? And there were like 2,000 people in the village, and you grew up with these girls. You all went to the same kindergarten, and you went to the same. I don't know what you call it in America, but we call it primary school in Jamaica. I don't know what you call it in the US.
Yeah.
They went to high school together, and there's a high possibility that you're going to end up marrying or being with one of these girls that you grew up with in the community because you didn't have, you didn't have a lot of choice. You were limited in terms of your choice, so you ended up with these people. But then, as the world became more sophisticated, and it became easy for me to connect with a girl in France or someone in Italy, or you get what I'm saying. I think that's why there's more people cheating because there's the window shopping has just exploded. It's everywhere. It's not really it's not really hard to. I mean, I'm not good at it, but I mean, I know brothers who inbox girls or going to DM and end up dating. I mean, I'm always terrified of that because I'm not quite sure what I'm dating. So I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But I think maybe that's why it seemed that there were less married persons cheating. But I mean, COVID might have helped a lot of relationships because of COVID.
Got divorced.
But yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is, I think there would be. I am thinking, I may be wrong, that most women and men would, because of the virus, would say, "I don't think I want to cheat this year."
Nah, that didn't stop them.
Really?
No.
The thought would not have even crossed my mind. I'm telling you, because I mean, that's
That they were more bored. They were, yeah, they needed some excitement. I don't think that stopped a lot of people.
wow, that's crazy. That's we should discuss that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So okay, so what your conclusion?
My conclusion is, ladies, you don't need to date a married man. Find a man that's single and will be truthful, honest, and committed to you and only you. If he's married, if he tells you he's married, go the other way. Now, if he plays those games and you don't know and he lies, you don't know. But if a man approaches you and he says, "I'm a married man, me and my wife have having issues and we're not on good terms," don't believe him. He's lying. He's lying. They just had an argument and he wants to cheat that day, but he's gonna go right back to his wife and you're gonna be lonely and single. So find a man that wants you for you and only you. Okay?
Right. Okay. I can get that. I get that. But I mean, I just want to say, my brothers, you and I know that we get hurt too. Women do deceive us. Women do manipulate us. Women do use our bodies, our temples to satiate their own, desires. But I have to agree with Queen Alicia that I kind of think dating a married woman may not be like your best bet. It may not work out in your best interest because she may have some crazy ass husband who kills you or attacks you or destroys your vehicle. Or she may be like that girl in that movie with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. Remember that movie when he cheated on
Yeah.
his wife? Oh my God, I think that made men stop cheating for like 2 years straight. That was one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen in my life. What was it called again? What was that movie called?
I
It's
don't
making
remember. Oh, Michael Douglas?
it terrified me. Hold on there.
I'm
Michael,
looking it up too.
yeah, that drove me crazy. Wait.
Fatal
Fatal Attraction.
Yes, Fatal Attraction.
Yes, that was really a fatal. Hey, Susie, what's going on? It's Fatal Attraction we're talking about, Susie.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, what's going on?
They have a remix, Peter, called Fatale with Michael Ealy.
Oh, I need to go see that. I need to go
It's
see
on
it.
Prime right now.
Mhm. But I mean, um, 10 Star General said it. He and I both we know someone who he was murdered by
And
him and the ex, but they were not. The 10 Star, she had separated from him. They had actually separated, and she moved from New York where they were coming. They lived to Miami, and he followed her, and he murdered them both in the car.
that's sad.
That's crazy. I mean,
He probably
Michael
was,
is a very nice guy.
but he didn't have to kill them.
But they were separate. Him and the girl were not together because he was crazy.
He's
So she,
right. Some people can't handle.
I guess. I mean, wow. That's scary though. That was a scary thing. But I do think a lot of people who end up with a married person, they don't know that they're with a married person. In many instances, I don't think they know. And if they know they're with a married person, they've been given some kind of story that they buy into. They buy into a story that is a little impractical and doesn't make sense. Because like I said, my problem would be if I meet a woman and she's married and she's willing to leave her husband for me, that's a huge red flag. That's like, hey, something is not right here. Because you would leave me for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Susie said, that's so scary being with a jealous spouse. Yeah, yep. Tensar says he knew she was cheating though. Yeah, Ten Star. I've heard two versions of that story. One is that she had left him and she separated and she had started seeing Barkley. The other one was that she started seeing him and then she left her husband. But whichever it is, him killing her and ending up in prison for it, or did he, I think he killed himself. I think he ended up killing. He was Haitian. He was a Haitian husband and he killed himself. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You said don't get married.
Susie,
I would like to get married one day, you know, but somebody that is honest, like me.
Yeah.
He has to be like me.
So we would have to. You would be okay if you met someone and he checks you out.
Yes.
You'd be okay with that.
Yes. You have to check people out. It's not a bad thing, ladies. I mean, if you know, from the beginning, if you don't want to get played, if you're serious about what you want and you don't want to get played, start checking these people out and stop believing what they tell you. They're lying.
I don't know. I mean, listen. I think I'm a romantic, and I kind of believe that. You know, when two people connect, like when they connect, and like especially if you found the right person, like if you're with someone who you know, hey, I love this person, and, you know, then I kind of think it's not worth losing that person because finding that person is hard enough. So if you find the person, someone who would literally like a real ride or die woman, a real rider, you don't want to take the risk. It's not worth it.
What's the risk, Peter?
What I'm saying is I don't want to take the risk of losing that ride or die woman.
Oh, yeah.
By being with a married woman. That's
Right.
too many issues that I want to get. Don't want to get it.
I see too many beautiful women like just giving up themselves by being with a man knowingly married. Find you a single man. You wasting years of your life with this loser that's telling you that he's married.
But sometimes it's not that easy. I mean, I have a very good friend who I know this for a fact. Hey, Andreen, what were you saying?
She said
people are a problem. Susie says, Tensar say, I'm never getting married again. Why? Why aren't you ever getting married again? And then he puts ever. So he really not get married. Susie says, been married to a psycho before. Why I never did it again. Wow. That's crazy.
Ooh, this marriage thing is scaring me.
Andreen says, people, that's your sister, right?
Yeah.
So people are a problem. I agree with you. I mean, I think if people just be more honest with themselves, because at the same time, I think I think a lot of questions have to be asked if you're going to openly walk into a situation where you're dating a married person. You're asked, those are some pretty serious stuff. You're taking a huge risk on a personal level and on many other levels. And you can end up in a situation that's going to be really detrimental emotionally and physically and even financially. Tensar say a person with real values is hard to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Trisha says, Tenstar, coupling is okay. You don't need to be married, especially if you've been there and done.
Right. As long as you love each other.
Why be married if you're going to play around? I agree with that statement. I agree with that.
Right.
I think what we're discussing is really not easy because you're talking about people's vulnerabilities. You're talking about people who come out of very traumatic families. and enter the world with a very messed up perception of, because like I said, I know two girls, beautiful, intelligent, very good friends, and one of them, she only dates people who are involved. She literally is only with involved people, married or not married. She don't want nobody. And I keep saying, and she said the same thing. I don't trust people.
Is
Some
she single?
people, pardon?
Is she single?
She's single. She's single, but she only talks to people who are involved, literally. And I said to her, I mean, you're a nice person. She said no, because she was in a very bad situation, relationship, and it really messed her up.
Yeah, she
You
has
know,
issues.
so she tells me I'd rather just be with someone who's with someone else because, but then she's ended up with two of those people stalking her. So,
She doesn't want a commitment.
but why am I stalking you if I'm married? I'm married. Why am I?
Because
There's
they're possessive. A lot of these married men who cheat or women, whatever, they're possessive. Like,
well, we've had a few situations in Jamaica where married men, start dating young girls, send them through high school, pay for them to go to college and university, and when the women get their degrees, they try to leave the man and the man. You know what I'm saying? And I keep saying to myself, if I'm a 45-year-old man and I meet a 16-year-old girl, wait, that has nowhere to go. So if I send her to high school and I send her to college, what do I expect? And I'm married. Because two of the instances, the men were married. They were married men.
mhm.
And in one instance, the man killed the girl in front of everybody at his restaurant. In another instance, the man basically murdered her entire family. And
That's illness.
but that's what I'm saying. But that it makes no sense. If I'm going to spend that money on you, I must understand that at some point, just because of the age difference, you are going to find someone else. You're going to find someone close. You're 16, 17, and I still think that's too young to be dating anyway. And I am 45, 47. What are we doing together? It's like you're dating your grandfather. You get me? It's a truth. It's a truth. It's sad, but it's true. Andreen said they should be in jail. Well, I know. I think both of those men are in jail. So
Mhm.
both of those men are. 10 stars said I used to believe in marriage till I got married to the wrong one and lost everything.
Oh,
And I'm sorry, bro.
sorry to hear that, 10 star.
So, Trisha said ego. Say you're mine. 10 stars said
Yeah,
too many want something for nothing. Yeah, yeah, that's really true though because I'm gonna admit it. I think a lot of my brothers, a lot of the kings, I don't think we are as emotionally evolved as many of the women. So I think we can't deal with rejection because, like I said, if I'm married and I start seeing you, Alicia, the first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, Alicia, I'm married. I'm going to be upfront and tell you the truth. I'm married. That's me.
right.
If I'm going to do anything like that, because first of all, we can't lie. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm married. And I need to have a clear understanding that how can I be married and you and I are exclusive? How does that work?
Right. It can't.
I mean, is it a harem? Then that means I could be with five other women and be doing the same thing. So I kind of get it.
Unless you're a Muslim religion, and you guys agree to that.
Yeah, yeah. And even that, because I have a few Muslim friends, sometimes that doesn't work as well as you think. I'm telling you that. It does. I'm telling you that for a fact. That sometimes it doesn't quite work out. And in the beginning, it may work out. I mean, I have a friend. She's 51. She's the fourth wife, and her husband is 83. And I don't mean a healthy 83.
Oh gosh.
And like they would rotate. So I mean, and it's not just Muslim because some Rastafarians do that. A lot of people do. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think Susie's right. Honesty is the best policy. I think people need to try and walk into the situation and be honest. So look, this is what I'm presenting.
Right. Be honest. And that's why, Peter, I said that you have to do a lot of investigation because they're not honest.
Yeah,
Be
that's
honest and say you're married and let the woman decide if she want to be silly and get with you, but don't say this and it's that, you know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I kind of think that society has created these standards that are no longer practical or realistic. They're just not realistic anymore. It's like when I look at like how Andrew says Jamaica need to educate themselves more. I agree. Not just Jamaica though. I think the whole world when it comes to relationships. Then I say, I'm back on my feet now and learned my lesson. I get it. Andrew then says, doesn't make it right if you say you're married. I agree with that completely. I agree with that completely. But at least
Say
you'll not be deceiving the person that you're walking. I mean, and it's really horrific. I mean, I can't imagine me being with someone. Let's just say I'm single and I'm dating this woman and I think she's my woman, and her husband turns up at my workplace. I cannot even imagine what do I mean. This man is pointing a gun on me, and I'm saying, what the hell is going on? Because but I think at the same time, you're right. If people lie about who they are, then they're going to lie to you about what they are, and it's unfortunate. But I am the hopeless romantic here, people. Lisa is the pragmatic one. I am the hopeless romantic.
the realistic one.
It's true. I'm that person, and I still think there are a lot of good people out there, and
Yeah. There's a lot of
and
great
they're
people out
looking.
there.
Yeah,
Great people out there, but just be careful.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. We should sort of think carefully before we, you know,
Catfishing.
yeah, fools rush in where angels fear to tread, right? So we should, you know. But I just think, certainly with some of us as men when we are younger, it's two heads, man, and sometimes the other head wins. You're not thinking about. I think women will more think. I'm not saying our brothers don't do it because when you get to a certain stage you're going to do it, but I think very often when you're younger as a man, you're not thinking about a relationship, a long-term relationship with a young lady. You're thinking about the attraction in the moment with that person, and then that can lead to other things. But if you are, remember I told you about my friend who he got married to the girl, and on the wedding night she said, I'm no longer going to do oral because
Right.
I never liked it, and it ended their marriage after 3 years. He tried, but
Aw.
it didn't work. So she became something to get what she wanted.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Uh, well, oh, okay. If you want to cheat, write me a note. Then wait for mine. So easy enough. Susie says so true. 10-star general say use your third eye. That's funny. That was really funny. Uh, Susie said there's a reason they call it hopeless romantic.
Yeah. That she's
Susie, at this me.
too.
Yeah, but I think if we lose that aspect of relationships, then it, everything goes out the window. I don't want to live in a world where I have to suspect every woman I meet, and I have to track down everything she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it's not track. Oh, you talking about what I said, Peter?
mhm.
Am I investigating? No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. No. I think everybody has it confused with what I'm saying. I'm not saying track down what the person is doing.
Yeah.
If the person tells you that they're single, just maybe go on their Facebook page to see if that's true. If it's in alignment to what they're saying. That's all I'm saying. Because
So what if they don't have a Facebook page or anything like that?
then they don't have it. Most likely they do, but if they don't have it, they don't have it. Then you have to go by their word. But still be aware.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, just go on their Facebook page to see if they're really single, because you might see a wife up there or somebody that they live with.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
you won't look foolish in the long run. That's what I'm saying, you know.
mhm, mhm. Susie says, sorry, she says, I'm a romantic too. Why it's so disappointing? Andrew, I agree with Susie. Why get married if you're going to cheat? Stay single.
Yeah, have a life partner. That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Life
Don't
partners are
marry.
good.
Stay single forever and have a life partner. Wow, wow. So I like people. I'm the only romantic here in the crew. Like I'm it.
Yep.
I'm the only person.
You
My God.
know, Peter, I'm a romantic, but the way the world is, it's like you gotta. I have barriers. You gotta break them down for me to think that you're real. People
But
are
I agree. I can understand. I'm a father of two girls, and my eldest I told her a lot of stuff, and my younger, who's now 15, she's getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start telling her a lot of stuff. You know, like hey, boys are just basically, I'm gonna have to tell her those things, but I don't want to take away her sense of adventure and
yeah,
love, etc. You know what I'm saying? So it's trying to strike that bargain, that balance, in terms of believing that there is someone. Because I believe that the thing is, I believe that we have several someones in our lives.
yep,
I just think you need to find the someone that suits you and
yeah,
will grow with you. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Um, Susie says too many lies on social media. Listen, Susie, we're gonna be talking about that one very soon.
Yeah, that's true.
We
She's
gotta
simply
talk about
that
that
we've been burned, and then Facebook came along. Yep,
one. Yeah, I guess
Facebook
you're right. I guess you're right.
Facebook reveals the
Yeah.
truth. Social media really lets you know the real deal now with people. No, that's why I find it hard to believe that you can be with somebody for so long and not know that they're married. With all this advancement on social media.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I get. Yeah, I guess that. I get that. I get it. But you know that sometimes we don't see what we don't want to see.
See?
I think sometimes we don't see what we don't want to see.
Right.
I think there should be some clear indicators. If one of my very good brethren, Radcliffe, he says, if New Year's Eve, Boxing Day, and Christmas Day you're alone, or I mean, I'm trying to remember what he said.
Valentine's.
He said New Year's Eve, Boxing Day, Christmas Day, and Valentine's you're alone, you're not in a real relationship. Something's off. Wow. So what about those people who are long distance? So you're in New York, for
Another
instance, and
topic.
you're in Jersey, and you're dating a guy in, I don't know, in Barbados.
I
But I
mean,
guess that,
you that's if you like long distance, you could try that, you know. I won't say no long distance, but that's a lot of communication.
yeah.
Lots of communication.
Mhm. All right, people. Thank you so very much for all the very wise comments and some that were very funny. thank, thank Thank you all so much, Susie, Trisha. Thanks to my super chatters. Thank you guys so very much. Andrew, it was great seeing you here, Susie. Great seeing you here, Trisha. You have to be at the next one. Something else. We do this every Thursday at 6 p.m. Jamaica time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and 7 p.m. Eastern. We alternate. So this week we're on my channel, which is Peter Lloyd World. Next week we're going to be on um, Viva Colors channel. Look up Viva Color. That's VIVAKOLOR. Look up her channel. She has great content. If you haven't hooked up with her yet, please hook up with her. If you like what you're seeing here and you haven't yet hit my subscribe button, consider it. Hit the subscribe button and join us because we do some great stuff here. Tomorrow I have a special live at 6. I'm going to be singing. You come to the chat. If I know the song that you request, I'll sing it for you. It used to be called Smooth Sailing Sundays. I've just changed it to come and I'll sing for you, which is pretty straightforward. Stop by at 6 p.m. tomorrow Jamaica time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. Andreen says this was great. Thanks, sis. Thanks for being here. 10 star, big up yourself. Trisha, big up yourself.
Thank you.
Everybody,
Thanks,
thank you guys so very much. I'm going to leave the last word with the beautiful queen.
Guys, just be happy and know what you're getting into. I mean, all the smooth talking and sweet words by married men, that doesn't cut it. You have to look, what do you really want? Do you really want to be with somebody who has somebody else and has to share you? That's not real love. And you deserve more, and you don't want to get caught up and then end up getting pregnant and all that stuff. You just want to have a man that is into you and only you. And if you can't have that, just be patient and wait for that right connection. And I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, next week on Viva Color, we'll be doing another segment of He Said, She Said. I think I lost again tonight. I think I lost again. I'm tired of losing. At least 10 star was here. Next week we'll be doing this on Alicia's channel, which is Viva Color. Go join her right now. It's VIVAKOLOR. If you haven't hit my subscribe button, hit my subscribe button. And remember, guys, tomorrow I'm doing Come Let Me Sing For You, formerly Smooth Sailing Sundays. It's 6 p.m. Jamaica time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And what that means is you come to the stream, request a song. If I know it, I sing it for you a cappella. It's always a lot of fun. We all have a great time. All right. I concede this one goes to Alicia. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Love you all.
Bye, guys. Thank you for coming.